So now earlier on I was trying to charge a larger power bank with these two power banks, and they got the cigarette lighter plug right there that says 12 volts 10 amps. Here is the charger and the connector there, XT60, that you plug into that other power bank. And so I think this must let more than 10 amps of current flow through it or something, or maybe it even wants more voltage than these can provide. So what I did was I actually took this adapter that I got, I'm pretty sure, from this power bank here, solar generator, whatever you want to call it, and I have these barrel plug adapters. So this is the 5.5 millimeter by 2.1 millimeter barrel plugs there, and now we have the openings there. And on top, this is negative on top, and down below there is the positive, and the alligator clips can actually clip onto the bottom. So the bottom one is positive. I think you got to do it with this side down below. Let me try it this way. Yeah, I think that way's a little bit tighter. Nope, that was the way I wanted to put it in. Okay, so looks like it goes in one way easier than the other. I tried some other alligator clips. I think I had to turn them the other way. I was testing out to see if these fit better than other ones, and I don't think they do. I think it just depends on which way you have them turned. And now we got the cigarette lighter adapter here for this unit. The input is down here. I accidentally plugged it in up there when I just filmed this previously. So in case, now we got it in the right spot, and we will plug it in. We got a light, and you can see even at 5 volts it shows the light on there, but we need a certain amount of voltage before it will start charging. Also, I usually keep this power supply set to 20 milliamps of current, because that's usually all the current I need for most of the circuits I do. So we're going to put it up to 2 amps. That'll be our limit. This is also elevated here. This unit gets really hot. There's like no cooling fan or anything. So I'm just going to limit it to 2 amps. I think I limited it to 3 amps. Maybe it was a little less. Well, I was charging the larger power supply, which is an EcoFlow Delta, by the way. And so in any case, you need a certain amount of voltage before it will actually start charging. I'm not sure what this one is. Maybe it's like 13. Yeah, you can see 13, the current bumped up, and now we went to 12. So this was the same thing with the larger one. I kept raising it until I got to, I think it was 15 volts, and then we had, you know, somewhere around like this much current. I think it might have been 3 amps. So. But in any case, I have the current limited, so it's not going to go up anymore. So we might as well just hold this at 14. But you can see that it's charging at 24 watts right there. And so that would be 14 times 2 amps would be 28 watts. So maybe we're losing a little wattage along the way. So now I do have these connectors here, and so you're supposed to solder the wires onto there, and then you know, you have this on the wires, or the wires are not you know, connected to something else, then you can slide this up the wires there. And before you solder them, you're supposed to mate these two together, because they do change their shape when they heat up. So when they're connected together there, this helps keep them cooler and hold their shape. But the main thing is, when it comes to these connectors, I could connect the proper one, I think it's the female one here, to the unit that it goes to, and then just clip these onto it. I'm not sure which one's positive and negative. So, but in any case, the alligator clips, I have charged it like that before, but they kind of work their way off. And actually they're holding on better than they were. And we could short circuit too. The power supply is off right now. Short circuit really easily. So I don't like to do that. That's why I did the setup that I showed earlier in this video. These smaller power supplies though are a different story. So we got the negative on top. If we flip it that way, it'll be negative to the right and then plus to the left. Got to remember that because I can't see it anymore. And now we can just clip the alligator clips directly to it. Again, the power supply is off, and I'm pretty sure I said negative to the, yeah, it is right. And just making sure, and looks like we got it plugged in the right way. So it's 14 volts right now, but it is off the power supply. And so we can plug those in. You see that it is off. We'll turn it on. So this is the same setting we had before. Let's see if it's 24 watts or if it's more. And okay, yeah, it's still 24. So maybe that's the wattage it's charging the battery. And maybe we're losing a little in the connectors there. But in any case, there you can see it says that it's charging at 24 watts. So it's pretty simple to do it this way too. You can just pretend like this is basically a solar panel right there. And you're just applying the power directly right there. And the solar panel will also limit current. These also limit the current based on how much voltage is coming in. Let's see, yeah, at 14 volts, this is elevated by the way. I forgot to mention that because this unit gets really hot, so I got some stuff holding it up, mostly by the cord there. But in any case, there you can see at 14 volts, it's only letting like 2.5 amps of current go through. I want to make sure I turn the right one up. 15, and looks like actually, yeah, this one we might be at the limit. Oh, it bumped up the current there, so we got spikes where it wants more. These they start letting more and more current come in as you apply a higher voltage. They don't instantly accept everything. And so I watched another video with a different unit, and this is going to go down because it can only provide a certain amount of power, I think like 40 watts. But I watched another video. Somebody had a different unit. It automatically shut off when you got to a voltage that was too high. And so that is the output limits of this particular unit right there. It can only do like so much wattage, and I think at a higher voltage the wattage goes down. So in case thought I would show that, we can go back up to 2.6. But yeah, they said if you go a bit above the voltage that these are rated for, it automatically shuts off. So that's a sign you raised the voltage too high. But of course, if you go, you know, a bit above that, if you exceed the safe voltage that can be applied to it, then it will fry the whole unit. So thought I would mention that. But in any case, let's get back to making this safe for later, this power supply, because usually I do like small circuits and stuff. And now we will unplug it. Usually they're 5 volts, so I'm going to set that to 5 volts. So in any case, just kind of a bonus video, and I have a number of different ways to charge these. And I believe if you want to get into the solar generators and stuff, you should learn all the things that you can do it, all the different ways you can charge them and everything, and alternative ways you can charge them and all that. And it's actually pretty fun to do. It may seem intimidating at first, but after a while, being able to get all your stuff to interact, having all kinds of adapters and stuff, knowing different ways you can use them and whatnot, it's actually a lot more fun than you would think, and not terribly expensive either.